guys, it's me, Miss Rowe, coming to you virtually, not from the art classroom, clearly, even though I wish that we were in the art classroom. I'm really missing all of your smiling faces. I'm missing creating art with you, and I'm just missing showing you really cool materials and having a really fun experience. So I hope you're doing well, I hope your family's doing well, and I hope that you're keeping busy and that you're having a good time. And I can't wait until we can go back to school at some point so I can see you guys. So on that note, I want to show you guys an art project that I have prepared for you that you can do if you would like to. It's kind of like a pretty cool drawing assignment. It's a nice, beautiful butterfly. It kind of reminds me a little bit of outside. The weather has been nice for some of these days, which has been really cool. So I thought that, this could maybe be like a nice little spring project to work on. So anyway, I will show you how to draw the butterfly, and if you like my design of how I colored it, I will also show you how to do that as well. But the great part about this is that, again, once you've drawn the butterfly's body, you can basically do whatever design that you want inside of it, which is really, really nice. Or you could even use my design but just change up all the colors, so it's totally up to you. One thing is that in terms of coloring, I used markers. But it's really whatever is available to you. You could always use colored pencils if you have them. You could use crayons, really anything that you have, honestly. Ask your parents if you're not totally sure what you have. Let's see, also, I would strongly suggest getting a Sharpie or a black marker because it's very useful for when you are actually outlining the body of the butterfly. And again, totally very important. A pencil and an eraser would be really good because when you're drawing the design on the butterfly, you might mess up, and I mean, you'll even see in the video, like even I mess up, so never a bad idea to have. Keep that in mind. And of course, one white sheet of paper. And if you want to cut it out afterwards, you can also grab some scissors too, which would be pretty cool. So on that note, I'm looking forward to hearing from you guys, and if you want to send me a picture of what you ended up creating, even if it's completely different, or if you just want to show me something cool that you've made, I would love to see it. You can always have your parents email me, and my email is going to be in the description in this video too. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I miss all of your faces, and let's get to the video. Okay, so start with your sheet of paper. Make sure that it is long ways like this. Because you want to make sure that you have enough room to have big, beautiful wings when you're drawing. So again, make sure your paper is going long ways on the bottom. So for the drawing part, I'm going to be doing it in Sharpie so you can see it perfectly. But if you're a little nervous, consider using a pencil so you can erase in case you make a mistake. So you're going to start by drawing in the very center of your paper, and you're going to start with a circle, which is going to be the head of the butterfly, towards the very top of the page. And if you're worried about making a perfect circle, you can always find something in your house that is around that same size and you can trace it. Now you want to work on the body, so basically you're going to be making one big sort of like petal-like shape. So you can think about it as like maybe the middle of a flower and then one petal going down. So kind of like a really long football. And then you're going to start working on the big top part of the wing. I would start on the left side, but you can start on either side you want. So again, draw it up nice and big above the head, curve it in a little bit, and then bring it back to meet the body. So again, kind of like another large petal in a sense if you want. You want both sides to match as much as you can. So again, make sure that while you're drawing the right side, you're really looking at what you already drew on the left side to try to make it look like it's balanced as much as possible. So then you want to work on the bottom part of the wing. So I would go back to the left side. I'd start where your bottom of the top wing connected. And again, just kind of draw like a teardrop going down. So again, try to make it as symmetrical or as even as possible so it looks about the same on the right side too. Then you want to go ahead and go in, add some little antennas, then maybe add little circular dots right over there. Perfect, just like that. And then, give it a nice little expression. Maybe you want a happy butterfly. I mean, I know I did. So, and again, if you need to go over any lines, feel free to do that. Also, if you missed anything from my drawing, you can always go back, pause it, or put it in slower motion if you need to. Now, the next part after your butterfly's drawn is to think about how you want to color and what you want to use to color your butterfly with and the design that you want to do. So you can either choose to use markers like I did with my example, or you could use color pencils, or you could even use a Sharpie that you have available or a pencil. Again, it's really whatever you have on hand that you would like to use. So for your design, you can, again, either follow along with what I'm doing or you can draw your own design. My one suggestion, though, is I would use your pencil to lightly draw the design in first, no matter what you're doing. But again, if you want to stop the video here, you can. But if you want to see me do this, then keep watching. So now if you're watching this part of the video, it's because you would like to see how I do my design. I did my design with marker, but first I did it with pencil, which I'm going to show you now because it's just so easy to accidentally make a mistake. So it's just a lot safer to do it in pencil first. So I'm going to start with the top left wing, and I'm going to go ahead and just do this slight curve motion. There we go. So I'm going to curve up and then curve around. Just like that. And again, you want it to kind of be mirrored on both sides. You want it to be about the same. So now I'm going to move on to the bottom wing, and I'm going to be making a sort of, again, same type of curvy teardrop sort of idea. So where it's going to start at the very top, and then it's going to curve in, and then it's going to curve out, and then hit the side. Wasn't really happy with how this part turned out, so I did use my eraser, which is, again, why it's a good idea to have it on hand, just in case. So again, I curve it in, and then I curve it out and meet it on the side of the wing. And again, I try to make sure that I am making it as symmetrical as possible. Again, I got my eraser in case I need to correct any mistakes. So now I'm going to go ahead and start working on the lines on the side of the wing that are extending out from that shape we just made. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines that are going to extend out. So you want to make sure that you have 6 lines. So again, the first one is going to be straight, and then they're slowly going to curve out. That's 3, 4, 5, and 6. So you want to make sure that on the left wing that there are 6 lines as well, and you want to just try to make them look, again, as even as possible. Okay, so now the next part you're going to want to do is look at the bottom wing. So one very important thing about the bottom wing is that there are 1, 2, 3, 4 lines. Not 6 lines, but 4 lines. So if you want to look like my design, keep that in mind. But again, you have the freedom to do as many lines as you want or to do whatever design you want. But again, I'm just slowly curving those in as well, curving them inward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Just like that. So the next part we're going to work on is doing these little football shapes that I got going on the inside of the wings. So again, using a pencil in case I mess up, I'm going to try to draw as neat as possible a little football shape right in the middle of that wing. And I'm going to try to do the same thing on the other side. And again, if you mess up or if you feel like it doesn't quite look right, that is a-okay. That's why it's in pencil. So the next part you're going to want to do are the little tiny teardrops that are going to be in the very bottom down here. So again, just do your best. Draw a little teardrop like it's falling from the sky. There we go. Okay, so then after that, we're going to focus on the body parts. So again, they're kind of like these little football shapes again. So I'm going to start at the neck, and I'm going to basically do kind of like a half football shape, like a very long football shape. And I'm going to do a very tiny one that's spaced out, and then I'm going to basically mimic the top, where it's going to be a long football shape that is cut off. After that, I want to go ahead and I want to add some extra lines that are surrounding all the little shapes that I just made, so they look kind of like they're connected. So the next thing that we're going to do now that our design is completely drawn on is we're going to color. So I have my markers right here, and how I like to do this is I grabbed my pink marker because I thought that it would be a good idea to go ahead and try to do the lines first. So again, they're all the lines that we drew on. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start by outlining those. And again, I'm taking it nice and slow. We're not in a rush. It's not like we got anywhere else better to be right now. So again, just take your time and be careful. Okay, so now the next part that we're going to work on is doing the pink that's in the body and on the head. So again, I'm just kind of copying that color. I'm outlining along those pencil lines first. I find that that's always the best way to go when I'm coloring, just because it helps me from accidentally coloring outside the lines and making mistakes. So I always try to just follow along the outer edges first. Also, I decided to color in my head just one color, which is pink, but you can do whatever you want with that. So the next color I'm going to grab is the yellow marker. And even if you're not doing my design, I would suggest doing your lighter colors first before you do all of your dark colors, just because, especially if you're using markers, if you put a light color even close to a dark color, sometimes it can get a little bit muddy. So I would suggest using the light colors. But in this case, I'm using my yellow. And I'm just going in and I'm filling in those little football shapes and those little teardrop shapes as well. And I'm also going to fill in the parts that are on the main part of the body too. Also, there are yellow parts on the wings and all the 4 little corners. So again, I'm trying to do my very best to go along the outer edges, along those pink lines and my Sharpie lines, and then I'm filling in. So again, just take your time, be neat. That's all I ask of you. So the next color you want to add is blue. And the blue is important because I used it to fill in around the yellow everywhere. So again, since blue is a darker color than yellow, you really want to be extra careful when you're outlining around the yellow parts specifically, because it will cover up the yellow and it will be a little bit harder to fix. So really take your time with that one. So the next color is going to be this nice vibrant green color that I'm going to use in the top corners and the bottom corners, just like that. So again, be nice and careful, outline along your edges. The next color I'm using looks like yellow, but it's more of like a mustardy orange color, like a yellow orange. So I'm using that right after the green on all 4 wings. The next color I'm going to use is a orangey red, and the most important thing I need you to know is that they are in the top wings but not the bottom wings, because again, in the top wings there are about 7 different colors that you're going to see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whereas in the bottom wing there's only going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So keep that in mind. So 2 colors you're not going to be able to use in the bottom wings. So the next color I'm using is also a color that is not going to be in the bottom wings. It is the regular red color. So again, it's in the top wings, but not the bottom wings. So the next color I'm using is a maroon, raspberry, darkish red color. And keep in mind that these colors are in the top wings as well as the bottom wings. But again, it's really up to you whether you want to use the same colors I'm using in the top wings and bottom wings, or if you want to only use certain colors in just the top wings, or maybe make them all just a completely different rainbow shape. That's 100% up to you. So now the next color is this dark blue color that I'm using. So again, also this is on the top wings and the bottom wings. Ta-da! Here's your butterfly, you finished, congratulations! Whether you used my colors or your colors or my design, your design, either way, you're done, good job! If you would like, you can always cut out your butterfly, maybe even make a few of them, put them together, put them on a wall, make a design out of it. It's totally up to you. But either way, I would love to see what you guys ended up making if you want to send a picture to my email. But bye!